I've done this. This is all me. See, I got a lot of complaints from some of you saying that Saturday was kind of snoozy. It was not a super Saturday. So I worked hard overnight, burnt the midnight oil, as they say, the candle from both ends. And I've given you this Sunday. So I hope you're happy. Given you an exciting first game. Going to give you an exciting second game as well. That's what we're going to do. This is my money back guarantee. I haven't received your money yet, but when I do, I will give it back. Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live in association with our fantasy partner, My 11 Circle. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Michael Vaughan and Joy Bhattacharjya. Jeez, Michael, don't need to give nobody no money back after this game, yeah?
No, and I just worry about the Mumbai and the RCB players because I reckon they're dancing around and they might have pulled a hamstring or a calf celebrating this little innings from Jadeja because they need Chennai to keep winning. It gives them a better chance of qualifying. What an innings, by the way, that we're seeing. So it's just whether they've got enough fit players with the calves because I reckon they've gone in the last 5 minutes watching this little cameo.
Well, as they say, I don't know if you're allowed to say, are you allowed to use the phrase anymore? It's not over till the fat lady sings. I feel like you can't use it anymore, right? It's not in today's day and age. It's not over till the healthy person belts out.
No.
Forget it. Basically, the game's not over yet. But Jadeja's
It is.
Jadeja's taken it fairly close, and Chennai now needs 4 runs in the last over. What Jadeja has done is hit 2 sixes and 2 fours. So he's hit 20 of 4 balls of Prasidh Krishna. And that means that Sam Curran basically has to hit 1 boundary because he'll be on strike in the final over. Don't know who's going to bowl that, but well, that's done. So let's have a look at the next game today. And this promises to be exciting as well because it's Mumbai and Bangalore. Both these teams, we've been saying it since yesterday, seem to have lost their way a little bit, right? And today is a good chance for them to get back to winning ways, to correct a few things. So Mumbai, it started well already because Hardik is back in the team. That's right. Hardik is back in the team. It was missed 2 games. Rohit had missed the first one. This team suddenly just looks like a different team, Joy, when Hardik comes in because this is the team they want. It checks all the boxes. It's well-rounded. It's balanced. This is the defending champion team.
This is the defending champion team. They also possibly were playing a batsman short with Hardik not there. They were not getting that. I mean, Saurav Tiwari was working for them as a batsman. But he gives them both those options. And secondly, he was explosive as a batsman, even in the first part of this tournament when it was happening in India, when the others could not get going. Because remember, Ishan Kishan has been struggling for a bit. It's not that he's been struggling today. So Hardik coming back is a big one. Secondly, they will float him. So if, they reach the 12th or 13th over with, they've got 100 all on the board and they're 2 wickets down, expect Hardik to walk in at 4 as well. It could very well happen because he's a form guy. I think they really need him as a big hitter out there because their 2 big hitters in the middle are struggling right now, and they need something there.
Fair enough. They're going to be chasing today because Rohit won the toss and has put Virat and his boys into bat here in Dubai. You okay with that decision, Michael?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now, I always feel when these 2 teams play, the 2 powerhouses, Mumbai and RCB, in terms of profile, it's like in the Premier League over here in football, it's like when Man United play, Chelsea, the 2 big teams in the Premier League. That's what it feels like with these 2 teams. Gaurav, I can see that you're not trying to look at me in the camera because I didn't mention Liverpool. But there you go. These are the 2 powerhouses. And Mumbai are doing what Mumbai generally do. They start slowly. They did okay in the first amendment, lost a couple the second time round, but you always feel that they will get on a roll. And with that side and that, 1 to 11, you're just looking, they've got everything covered. And with Hardik back in, he has got that X factor. He's got that kind of ability to win the game from any position. So I think Rohit will be delighted that he's back in the side.
Interesting, though, because this is just showing kind of different philosophies and the fact that Mumbai, even though Mumbai's, not been winning, same as Bangalore, and they actually even lower than them, they've not made any changes. It's just Hardik, the incumbent who comes back in, who was injured, comes back in, takes his position. With Bangalore, we've seen, again, 3 changes, right? Now, are these surface changes? Are they still balance changes? Because they dropped Kyle Jamieson for the previous game. They've got him back in. They've got that wily old fox, that campaigner, right? Dan Christian in the middle, 38 years young and really showing that he has a stomach for a battle. But now they've got Shahbaz Ahmed. That position, they just keep playing around. But they've got Shahbaz in, but they've dropped Navdeep Saini. So, there's again, you drop you don't have a like-for-like replacement in your overseas, so then you've got to get one in, and then one change forces two. It's still, but now you look at this team and judge it for this team, Joy. Let's not talk about the changes. That I still want to find the balance.
I still think they're doing too many changes, because if you look at it actually naturally, the way they play, except one is an offie and one is a left-arm spinner, Shahbaz Ahmed is a natural replacement for Washington Sundar, because he gives you that Indian bowler, slow Indian bowler who can also whack the ball. And the second thing is that Daniel Christian, definitely, if they're not getting the runs out of Maxwell that they were getting in the first part of the tournament, they probably need that guy to finish. I think this is a better side, but this chop change does nobody any good. And I think none of their players are particularly confident at this point in time. It's not doing the team any good. And, we can all talk about theoreticians and tacticians, and this is how they do it, and it's horses for courses. There is one thing that is beyond horses for courses, and that's the mentality of players. Players need to feel secure. One. Two is players need to know when they are playing and why they are playing and why they are dropped. Here it seems everyone in the dressing room is wondering the next day, will I play? Won't I play? That's not a great way to walk into a match. And I fear Bangalore does that every year, and I fear they're doing it again now.
Yeah, it's this, Michael, this seems to be a problem with them. Great squad, but an imbalanced 11. They somehow just can't seem to find that balance.
No, I don't quite get their philosophy of selection. I'm a big believer that you pick a group of players for quite a few games, and you'll have maybe a game where you might need a spinning all-rounder, you might need a seam bowling all-rounder, but generally it's the kind of same combinations that you require for all the pitches. You know what you're going to get in the UAE. To swap and change so many times inside 3 games in a week. I'm with Joy. I'm not too sure where that culture in the dressing room lies when you're probably just playing for that one game. So Dan Christian comes in, he probably knows he's got one game,
wow.
To try and stay in the side, and that's not a great kind of culture to create. They're desperate. They're desperately trying to find something, and that's why they're swapping and changing. But I'd always say to all these franchises, just look at the franchises that consistently over the years have done it the best. And that's been Mumbai and CSK. And what have they done? They've kept a group of players together. You're right, they won quite quickly, and that's why they've been able to be consistent. But I do think it's the right mechanism to try and get success, is to be consistent with your selection.
Can I just tell you what's happened in the last over? Let me just tell you. At a quick look. Let me tell you what's happened in the last over. Dot ball, then a wicket. Karan gets out, caught in the deep. Then not a dot ball. Yeah, then a dot ball, and then Lord Thakur on the 4th ball, I think, just paddles one down. You think it's about to get to the boundary, tantalizingly short. There was 4 to win, and just they run 3, which means 1 to win. There's a dot ball, and now there's an LBW on the 5th ball. If this review stands, 2 more balls to go, and 1 run to win. If this review does stand, that means you have Deepak Chahar to come in, who's not a bad guy to come in at number 10. I'll have you know.
Right? Yeah, he's got 1 to get on a super over, right?
Yeah, and no, it's right. No, right now it's 1 to get to win. So the scores are tied right now. And there's 2 balls left. This is super exciting. This last over, they'll.
But tell me something. Did they run on the LBW decision? Did they run, or were they just standing there?
No, but even if they run, it doesn't count, right? Because the original decision on the field is out. So as soon as the decision given the ball is dead.
Yeah. But the point is, if the decision is not out, then have they already won?
Impact umpires call wickets hitting, pitching outside off. So there you go. It's out. This is super. There's just too much going on. I'll tell you, you make your team. You guys keep your eye on the ball, all right? Listen, we can get distracted, but you guys keep your eye on the ball. You're better than us. That's why you're getting the big first prize of 5 crores if you win. My11circle.com. Just go to the website, download the app, and of course, pick your team. It's Bangalore and Mumbai. They're, of course, playing that game. And that's right. Pick up your team of 11, and if you win, you get 5 crores. We're also going to help you a little bit with that. We're going to give you our My 11 Circle smart picks. There's 3 of them, so that's just a gentle suggestion from us. Pick these in your team. Jasprit Bumrah, AB de Villiers, UZ Chahal. The came from Michael Vaughan and Jasprit Bumrah. Tell us why, and I'll help you with some numbers if you like.
I don't need the numbers. He's the best in the world. Simple as that. Across all the formats, he's the best. I don't need numbers. I'm not even sure. I'm sure the numbers will back it up, but I just know he's the best in the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, Maxwell, well, if Maxwell comes in, you know that Bumrah is going to be bowling at him. Let's look at a second player, of course. And I think Michael has just said it all. Best in the world, you don't mess around. You just put him in your team. 1 run to win off 1 ball. That's what it's come down to. Jeez. Oh, never a dull moment with Chennai. I will have you know. All right, here's our second smart pick. And the reason why you should have him in your team. Who is it? Bring it up. Let's see the numbers. Meanwhile, Chennai has won the game, so that's done. Let's just everybody control. Let's everybody focus on this game now. Come on, come back, guys. Let's have you back here now. There you go. We're saying Yuzi Chahal. We spoke about the point to prove 11. He's in there. May just be the captain. You never know. Deepak Chahar, of course, hit the winning runs just to bring you up to speed. But there you go. That's Yuzi Chahal against Pollard and de Kock, who are the two big international players in the top 6 of the top 7 for Mumbai, kind of run machines. But again, you want to pick Yuzi because Joy, he's got the big heart. He's got stuff to prove. The team has obviously put a lot of faith in him. You know, India's not. They pick 5 spinners. He's not in the top 5 apparently. But for Bangalore, he's the number 1 spinner. He's probably licking his lips to go up against a big team like Mumbai.
Yeah, and he's again when he comes on to bowl, whether it's he knows that Surya is not in form right now, Ishan is not in form right now. The international players don't particularly like leg spin. I think he fancies his chances, and I think the other thing to notice, I just want to go back to one point that we'd spoken about before, saying that so many changes being made by Bangalore. I just want to catch hold of somebody in the Bangalore team and say, you guys are still 5-4. You're not 2-5. You're 5-4. You're winning. You were 5-2 when this started, and I think they're just panicking too easily. But Chahal is a good pick. Chahal is solid, and Chahal, the time he's bowling, that's a very crucial time because that's the time Mumbai likes to get away. The 7-13, normally Mumbai is a very good executor in that period, and he's the crucial man there. So I think Chahal is a vital cog in this match, and he's going to get his chances.
And our third pick. Let's have a look at our third pick and why we feel that AB de Villiers should be in your team, because he's AB de Villiers. That's it, right? He's AB de Villiers. Gets the job done.
Simple.
And you need him, and they need him today.
Yep.
Here's the thing, Michael, is that they are just not winning. How many have they lost in UAE now on the trot? I think, what is it, 7? 7 on the trot they've lost 7, in UAE. Yeah. Sometimes can that just happen, Michael? Can it happen to you when you get onto a pitch, you get onto a field, you get onto a ground in one city, it's just kind of pressure's just on your head?
Yeah. I think it can when you're not a great group of players. But when you look at that dressing room, you've got Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, you've got Glenn Maxwell. There's a lot of experience in there. They shouldn't really be psychologically affected by losses that have been 3 days ago, last year, the year before, whatever it may be. That shouldn't affect this group of players. They've somehow just got to try and find a rhythm of play. They were nearly there in Sharjah. I thought they were excellent for the first 10 overs when they got to 90 for naught. And they just had that little blip in their innings. They should have got probably 30 more. I didn't ever think they were in it with the ball. I always thought that Chennai completely controlled the chase, but they were close with the bat in hand. They've just got to try and hope that one of those superstars arrives and has a day out. If they do, obviously they can beat anyone on a given day. But against this Mumbai side, you feel that it might be one or maybe 2 of them will need to arrive to beat the Mumbai Indians side. Even though the Mumbai Indians side have been off form, a bit off colour in the first 2 games of the Second Amendment, you always fancy that they will find form at some time. And I've got a sneaky suspicion it may be today against someone like the RCB that just, I don't know, you tell me over in India, but it just seems to me that most teams look at the RCB and go, right, I want to perform against you guys. It's Virat Kohli. They almost raise the standard, the individual players, to try and compete against Virat and his side. And I've got a sneaky suspicion the Mumbai Indians might just fancy that.
But it's like karaoke evening with your boss there at the party, right? I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to bring up and show your best moves then. But Michael, just a quick question, sort of just sidetracking. Any ground in the world or any pitch in the world, at any stadium, that when it came up on the schedule, you were like, oh no, not you again?
Bristol. If you said to me that I didn't have to go to Bristol ever again in my life, I'd go, no problem. Not a problem. Like, even commentary, I'm rubbish. We've commentated there a few times. I'm rubbish. I just can't do it. I can't perform in Bristol.
No.
It just does not work for me. It's the air. It's something there. I don't know what it is. They used to have a chicken in the corner when Gloucester used to play Yorkshire, and they used to have a live chicken in this box. All the supporters, and they used to sing about this chicken, and that used to wind me up as well. I just didn't. How can a chicken wind you up? How can a chicken and Jack Russell behind the stump talking about chickens and pigeons get to you? And it did.
No, listen. Yeah, get a little bristly in Bristol. But I'll tell you something. Punjabis sing about chicken as well, right? We like, but we do it in joy. I don't think it really upsets anybody. But I was at Bristol when England made it to the semi-final in the FIFA World Cup in 2018, right? Michael, I can tell you, I have not seen a crazier celebration in my life. There were people. There's the waterway there, right? There's a little canal there. There were people jumping in. They were fishing them out. There were people naked. They're throwing statues in. A very dignified way that your countrymen celebrate football wins.
GK, can I just say to you and bring something to you? That's normal, a normal day in Bristol. That's just what they do.
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah, that'll be happening now.
For just no reason at all, just because it's closing in at sundown. All right, well, that's good enough. Well, if it's chickens involved, then us in Punjab, we like to do a bit of a dance and jump in the canal ourselves. But right now, today, just asking both Joy and Michael, we do a score prediction. We've done well today. Yesterday, I'll tell you that Sean, Pommy, and me didn't even get one right all day. And we tried multiple times. So we'll do it this time. Bangalore batting first. Dubai. Score predictions. Gents, what do we think?
I'm going high. 181.
181. Well done.
Yeah. I'm going 192.
So then you leave the 170. So 173 is me then. 173. There you go.
Yeah. I just want to say.
90s. Yeah.
Just want to say one more thing before this game starts. It's very interesting for me. Whatever happens in this game, one top team will regain momentum, which is not good news for the other teams. Either Bangalore will regain momentum or Mumbai will regain momentum. One of these two guys will regain momentum. So far, both these guys are floundering. Okay, and that's not good news for the rest of the team because suddenly one of these is on a winning streak again, and that makes a difference. And I think that's why it's a very crucial match.
Yeah, there are four other teams that are looking at this match and going, well, I hope nobody wins. I hope it's like the World Cup final of 2019. Oops.
Oh, Michael's still in the studio, son.
I hope. They're probably thinking that I hope they get 1 point each. It doesn't rain much in Dubai, but if it ever was, I'm sure there are four teams that are hoping that it does today. Doesn't really help, though, does it? Well, Mumbai and Bangalore is what it is. We've got our score predictions in. If you guys have a prediction, then please send it to us on Twitter. #Cricbuzz Live. If you can get it spot on, then we'll take your name on air and I'll probably give you this pen. I'll give you this pen. I know I've got a bad track record with the red tables. I'll give you this pen. I promise you, if you can get your score prediction right. So send it to us on Twitter with #Cricbuzz Live. All right. Well, that's business hours. We're closing down now. We're going to see you at the end of 10 overs with the Cricbuzz Combox that will update halfway through Bangalore's batting effort. Big thank you to Joy Bhattacharjya and Michael Vaughan. Always fun with you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Gaurav Kapur. You were watching Cricbuzz Live in association with our fantasy partner, My 11 Circle.